Yeah, the high-speed sports wire, which is one of the greatest inventions of all time.
Okay, let's just run through this quickly. U.S. Open tennis. We've had victories, and boy, have we had some shockers along the way. Let's talk about the names in the news. Novak Djokovic got knocked out in the third round. His game unraveled. I've never seen this from Djokovic. 32 double faults in 3 matches. Djokovic gone. Then Carlos Alcaraz, the next budding star on the horizon, he didn't get out of the third round. Now, the Russians did. Alexander Zverev, Daniel Medvedev, they're still there as we move to the quarterfinals and the semifinals. On the women's side, Iga Swiatek continues to win. Coco Gauff, our next star from the U.S., I think is right on the brink of being great. She won her quarterfinal match, and then she fell apart. She had 19 double faults. She plays like you and me. 19 double faults in one match.
Wow.
She got knocked out. Arina Sabalenka posted another win, so she's moved on with Swiatek in the women's final. So it's been a strange U.S. Open at Forest Hills and Flushing Meadow. We go from that, PGA Tour. Scottie Scheffler. What a season he has had. And he finished off by winning the points championship. He won $25 million this past weekend by picking up the victory in the championship match. And what a season of winning. He had 3 birdies in a row on the back 9 to hold off Colin Morikawa. He finishes the year not just with a $25 million paycheck for winning the Players' Championship, finishes the year with $62 million in earnings.
Yeah.
Just phenomenal.
Good for him.
8 wins on the season, won the Masters, won the Players, won an Olympic gold medal, and he took the Tour of the title. And at the end of the tournament, the Players' Championship, they have this huge cup, which they award to the winner. I mean, God, it's got to be 4 feet high, and it's beautiful. It's got all the names engraved of all the Players' Championships. So he and his wife and their young baby, I don't know if the baby might be 2 months old, took the baby and put it right in the cup and took a team photo.
Awesome.
I mean, it's a really cool picture I saw
Yeah.
on social media last night. So congratulations to Scottie Scheffler. He was really something. Auto racing, big stories here. Formula One. This meltdown is of historic dimensions. We're talking about what's happened to Team Red Bull. Max Verstappen, he won 6 of the first 8 races, was running away with the points championship for the second year in a row. Verstappen has not won a race in his last 6 outings. They've been wrecked. They can't figure the car technology out. He's feuding with the pit crew. The owner is feuding with everybody on the racing side. They might not win this championship, and it is absolutely stunning. And Italian Grand Prix, same set of problems. It's like they've lost their ability to compete since mid-season, and they are really getting a tough run from Ferrari, from Mercedes, and from Team McLaren. I don't know if you like Formula One, ever watch Formula One. This is must-see TV. Find it on the TV next Sunday because it's amazing what's happened to Max Verstappen. Meanwhile, in NASCAR, Darlington 400 was the final race before their $5 million championship series begins. And Chase Briscoe, get this story, comes from back of the pack, pile of yellow flags over the last 49 laps. 19 laps, they have a green flag start. Chase Briscoe darts and dashes through 3 wide at Darlington, which is about as wide as this table. How they fit 3 cars going into a corner. Briscoe survives all that, and he wins. Who's Chase Briscoe? He drives for Stewart-Haas Racing. Who is Stewart-Haas Racing? The ones that are folding their shops Thanksgiving weekend and getting rid of all 5 of their NASCAR teams because they financially, Tony Stewart and Gene Haas can't operate it anymore financially. So Chase Briscoe wins the trophy, puts it on the car deck, stands there and looks into the TV camera last night at Darlington, South Carolina, and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is for all 323 of you who just got your termination notices from Stewart-Haas Racing. You deserve this." And he's going to donate a large part of his winning check as a driver to the 323 employees back in South Carolina or maybe it's North Carolina, at the shop who've worked for these 5 NASCAR teams that are going out of business. It was really cool. The ballsy move to go 3 wide at Darlington into a corner where nobody survives and then win the doggone thing and hold off Kurt Busch at the end, and then do what he did with the trophy and say, this is for you people. That was really kind of cool. John Riley, those are the unique, different topics on the table.
Well, first of all, for the NASCAR thing at Darlington, if there's 5 racers and they have 323 people that support them. I mean, that's mind-boggling, to think about all that goes on behind the scenes, because we just see the driver. We might see 10 or 12 people in the pit, but it's like a freaking operation. It's like an organization behind them.
Yeah, you got engineers and you got research people and people who do research and development. Obviously, you got all the people that work in the garage for the building of the cars and the setups. And they got all the employees because there's contracts that you have. I mean, the whole business side of racing, aside of just Chase Briscoe winning at Darlington on Sunday, it is a massive business enterprise. And you could understand Tony Stewart's been a great driver and he's been a great ambassador for NASCAR and IndyCar. But you understand when you don't win and you have 5 teams and none of them have been able to win because it's so bloody competitive that they just wave the white flag. And they sent the termination notices to all those employees this week that Thanksgiving weekend will be their final day in the shop. And then for this kid to qualify and then to qualify for the playoff, because you had to win to get into the playoffs,
right,
to qualify in the last qualifying race to get into the playoffs, and then say, I'm giving you a large chunk of my driver's check as a farewell present. That's cool.
It's a really cool story. The other one I'm going to comment about is Scottie Scheffler.
Yeah.
How much money did you say that he earned last year?
This past season just completed yesterday. Total $62 million.
Okay. I mean, to think about that in terms of, that's more, I think, than any NFL quarterback contract, right?
Close.
Or yeah, it's really close to it. But it just goes to show you how there's so much money in all of these other sports, not just in the NFL.
Why the hell are we sitting here doing this? We should be out getting ready for an event.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. We need to put you behind one of those F1 cars.
I'll tell you what, he's a great golfer, a great spokesman for the sport. And it was kind of cool. He walked up, they gave him the trophy. He put his baby daughter, sat her right in the bowl. It was kind of a really neat picture.
Yeah, the other comment I want to make is when I think of the U.S. Open, I always think about Jimmy Connors.
Sure.
When he made that run, I think he was in his 40s, and it went late into the night, and the fans are rowdy, and they're having a big New York time there, which I think is cool. The U.S. Open is very entertaining compared to the other kind of more stuffy tennis tournaments.
Yeah, Connors, Borg, McEnroe.
Oh, good times.
Oh, I mean, Boris Becker. I mean, if you just go back.
Agassi.
Exactly. You just go back and make a list of U.S. Open champions. I mean, going all the way back to Arthur Ashe, it's a really, really great event in New York. And because it's in the Big Apple, there's a lot of big personalities that are there courtside cheering it on. Wimbledon's unique. I've never been to Wimbledon. That's one of the things on my bucket list, but going to center court is pretty doggone cool in London. But I've been to Flushing Meadow. It's New York. It's raucous.
My wife went to Wimbledon once when she was a lot younger. She says it's shockingly small, the arena. I mean, it looks a lot bigger on TV than it is in real life.
Well, they play at center court, which is shockingly small, but they've got volumes of courts that are active all the time because there's all these different events going on for the men's singles, women's singles, men's doubles, women's doubles, mixed doubles. It's, and then they have the junior Wimbledon tournament going on simultaneously. So it's active. Okay, those are topics on the table. We want you to be part of the conversation. This